pandemonium. Use my fangs to murder ya. Yo soy la diosa, los demonios no me controlan. Soy culebra, una azteca, soy la reina adicta a la sangre. Es mi condena, una heroína como Lola, la trailera. Sangre maya en mis venas, soy la morenita, una indígena.
Hey, thank you for joining Nightmare on Sedgwick Avenue, my podcast. It's been a minute actually since I've had this podcast. I took a long hiatus, actually like a year and 2 months. And so for those who have been watching the podcast, I usually interview people in the horror and hip hop scene. But this season, season 4, episode 1 today, I wanted to switch it up a bit. I kind of want to focus this season more on the horror scene, just because right now I have another podcast called The Heartful Truth. Shout out to my little sister, Melly. We have The Heartful Truth on Platform Collection, and we speak with creatives mainly in the hip-hop space. So I kind of want to leave that there. So this episode will feature 2 horror creatives, entrepreneurs, actually here from where I'm from, San Diego, in specific, Barrio Logan. For those that might be familiar with San Diego, maybe have never been here, Chicano Park is a very popular place to come and visit, where there's beautiful murals, and it's also a beautiful neighborhood, Barrio Logan. So these are where these 2 creators are from. Their names are Joni and Micaela, and I'll bring them on the screen here. Hey, ladies, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining me. So I'll briefly introduce you, but I'm pretty sure you guys can introduce better than I can. So like I was speaking with you guys a few minutes ago, I kind of found you guys probably just, I think, searching on Instagram, probably hashtags or something, some horror stuff in San Diego. And I came across your guys' page. Really love what you 2 ladies are doing. You have like local artists that you guys feature in your shop. Really dope art. And of course it's horror inspired, but you guys have also other, I guess events you would call them, where you have other themes, and you guys can speak on that, but as well. But thank you guys, and then you guys go by Mal Bicho Collective, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. And feel free to go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about each one of you guys, what you do, how you guys got into this.
You want to go first? Okay. So I'm Joni. I started doing art probably about 12 years ago, and so it kind of evolved. It was doing a lot of events, and then I was blessed enough to get a space next to Por Vida. It was called Golondrina with a few other people, and my friend here, Michaela. We also, when COVID hit, she ended up coming out with me and helping me vend. So we were blessed with this space, and we are very 2 like-minded people. So we were like, oh my God, can we like make this insanity even like better and crazier? You know, not that Golondrina wasn't good. It was really, really good. But
yeah,
it just wasn't, you know, my complete aesthetic. And so like having somebody who is a part of like, you know,
spooky
like
yes.
community and things. Like I brought her along to something like, I don't know if you know about the what is it, Love Paint Stitches bags. They're like these bags that are like pumpkin bags.
Yes.
Yeah, so like God, I think she had just had her baby.
Yeah.
And so like
she's like, get in those, we're gonna go get some pumpkin purses.
Yeah, so I'd been trying to get a pumpkin for like ever. And so I was like, fuck this, I'm going to an event, I'm gonna get one of these bags, I'm gonna fuck, right? So
I was just the body. She's like, you're coming and then just to get a purse for me.
I was like,
sure.
Hey,
it's a break, I'm going.
I need your body, I need you to come with me. I was like, I'm buying the tickets to the event. She's like, what? And I was like, I have to buy tickets to get into the event because it was during Midsummer Scream.
Okay.
And so I'm buying tickets to get into the event. Like, you don't got to pay for it. Like, just, I need you to come. So like, I brought her with me, and like, we went to this event, and it was like, poof, like blew our mind.
It
because
was so cool.
We had never, there's nothing like that here in San Diego. So it was so amazing. It's in Long Beach. There was like a line, people were dressed up. It was like
like Halloween in July.
Yeah, it was.
We were like, what?
It like blew our mind. We were so like, holy shit. And when we went through there, I was like, man, we need something like this in San Diego. Like, this is so fucking cool.
Yes.
And you know, from that started of this, Scott. then we became this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to my lovely assistant.
Okay.
My what is it? You're my design department.
I'm the design department, IT department, store manager. I don't know, whatever.
My complaints department.
Complaints department, customer service. No, you're customer service. So, I'm Michaela. So my business was Azul Oscuro, or is Azul Oscuro Design, and so like we, Jody actually peer pressured me into starting art up again because I had started when the first recession of like 2010 hit, and I started making things, and then I stopped making things and moved back here to San Diego, and then like I started going to all these art shows, and Joni was like in the same art shows, and I kept running into her. And I'm like, hey, I am Michaela, and I see you again and stuff. And we started chatting, and I was telling her how I used to make things. I used to have a little business and all this stuff, and do pop-ups and stuff, and I hadn't done it in a while. And she was like, you should do it and stuff. And she had an art show because Joni was doing art shows at Border X, which is a brewery right here down the street. And I was like, oh, that looks such a cool art show. She's like, yeah, do it. And I was like, what? And she's like, just fucking do it. And I was like, can I do it? And she's like, fucking do it. She totally peer pressured me into doing it. And basically it just started up again, and it was awesome. So we started doing art shows, and just like started doing my art and things like that. So it was really rad. And yeah, during COVID, she's like, okay, I'm gonna open up the store, come down and like set up with me. We're gonna vend outside. I was like, sure. And it was like, that was my escape outside of the house since being like, locked in the house all week kind of thing. So I was like, let me go out here. I'm gonna chill out here and have fun and stuff. And because you can do nothing in COVID times, right? So that's like what we were doing. And then we got the opportunity to get this space, and then we just like moved in here. And then the store just kind of like, when we were creating it, it was like creating itself. We kept saying like, Joni, I don't know what's going on, because this store is just like, we're just two spooky kids working on this, and it's just creating itself, and it's just awesome, and people were digging it. And it's like, it's like, here comes the store, and it's like splat, it's like bright green and black and white, and like, what is going on in that store? And then we're like, we're the spooky kids,
and I love the color.
And it's like so rad, because everybody's got like their own aesthetic and stuff, but we are very, very different. So we are like the spookiest horror kids on the block, and we like all that stuff. So we like to kind of market ourselves as like, not your typical Chicanas, right? It's like we do like the skulls, and we do like our food and everything typical, Mexican, but we also, can like these things, comic books, fandoms, horror movies, like other stuff, and kind of give you a different perspective of like, oh, I thought you were Mexican, you just like sarapes or something,
That's true. I agree. I can relate.
Like scary shit.
That's pretty cool. And so did you guys do anything else outside of, because I know, Joni, you mentioned you had like golondrinas and stuff like that, but before that, were you guys doing something completely different, or have you always been in the creative space as far as your like careers go?
Well, you go first. Joni, tell us what you did before.
Career-wise, I was actually a payroll manager. So I was working in like accounting, and I was doing that and doing art. So it was crazy because I was working like 40, 50 hours a week, sometimes 60, 70.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was crazy. Like I would get at 5 o'clock in the morning and leave like at 10 at night. So, and I was still cranking out art.
And still making art, which is like, so that's crazy.
Crazy. Like the past like 6 years, I don't even know how I survived. So with doing that, I was also doing a lot of shows in LA. So I would do a lot of Dia de los Muertos shows. And I was doing that, like, there was like 2 years that I didn't sleep all of October. So I would literally,
oh my God.
like, Thursday through Sunday, I wouldn't sleep. And so it was crazy. I had to stop during 1 year when I came back from a show in Olvera Street, and like, I couldn't see anything on the way home. All I saw was colors. And so when I got home, I was like, baby Jesus, just let me make it home. I'm okay. Like, don't let me kill myself or anybody. And I got home, and she was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, I can't see. Just point me to my room, and I closed the door. And like, I'm just going to sleep for like the next 2 days. And like, I'm never doing this again. So yeah, it was a crazy way, because like, you know, you're creating art and you want to do all these things, but you also have to pay bills.
Yeah.
like, it's rough, and doing events are hard, doing the setups and everything. So it gets really complicated. And it's funny because with me, I would have stuff in my office and people are like, oh my god, that is like so cool, like where do you find that? And I was like, well, I made this. And they're just like, how do you find time to do this? And I'm like, you don't even know.
Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. It's super cool to see people's reactions and bring people into different aspects of things that they'd never know, so
yeah, exactly.
my coworkers never experienced anything like us, because it was just you bring them into a different environment, and it's also like teaching other people different cultures and different things. So that's like the nicest part about working there for like a hot minute. But I'm glad I don't do that.
Doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, it was inspiring though, because I'm just trying to get tips too from you guys, because I'm trying to leave my 9 to 5 and like do like the creative. But I just want to see how you guys got into it, because I know it's hard work. It's not easy.
It is a lot of hard work, and especially for me right now. Sometimes I feel really I think I feel bad because it's like I was putting in all these hours to another company, to other people. And it's like when you're working for yourself, like, well, at least for me right now, this past year, like I haven't put in the hours and the dedication that I was doing for somebody else, because it's so much easier now, right? Like you don't have that time where you have to be at work at 6. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Like you're your own boss. So you have to find,
motivation.
Yeah, that motivation to get up and do the things that you need.
But you
to
also
do.
like decompress because you are so busy that you I feel like this year has been like your whole body and yourself. It's like you just like went from working literally like 24 hours for so long for like, I mean, how long were you at that place? Like
15 years.
Like 15 years.
Yeah,
and
that's
like, so I'm like, okay, this year you're just like your whole body and yourself is like decompressing and cleansing itself.
It's like, take a break, bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, like go to sleep,
like a healthy balance now.
Yes. So I tell her, I'm like, don't feel bad. This is just you resetting, and you're just gonna take off, and it'll be fine, and you're doing fine anyways.
Yeah.
So
it's like a cultural thing too, I believe. Like for like I don't know, like as Chicanas, like that we just work hard. Like I think we're used to it. Like going above and beyond. It's like doing the minimum is not in us.
And that's the worst thing when you find people, like at work, right? Because it's like me and my friend, which we just happen to be Latinas, right? Like we were there like nonstop. So we were there come hell or high water. We were sick, we were whatever, but we were always there. And so then they would hire people who didn't happen to be the same type of people as we were.
Like work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like this person can get away without showing up to work or without coming in. But if we're like slacking off or anything like that, like we get reprimanded for it because we're like not allowed to like
that's not your usual bar.
Yeah, right. Or, like,
that's true.
Bar is held at a higher.
Yeah.
So like that's one thing I will definitely tell anybody. Like, don't ever tell anybody at work what you're capable of
your
doing.
Full capacity.
Yeah.
Don't go full capacity.
Like, they will want you to.
They'll still pay you.
Yeah. For real. Like some of these people, I'm like, how are you even making that much money? Like, what
you're like,
hell?
and you're not even here.
Yeah.
It's like what? I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but my background is like, I used to be a hotel designer.
Oh my God.
It's like so random when I say it. So yeah, so I went to
Yeah.
school. Well, I have a degree in interior design, and I went to school, and I went and worked. I was working as a hotel designer, and then of course when that that first lovely round of recession hit, it's just like it all tanked and stuff, and so I wasn't fully able to go back into that field anymore. But I was still creative and stuff, and that's why I like making things. And actually, I started making things to kind of like supplement like. Okay, they cut my hours and they're about to lay me off. So I was making things like that. And then I had to just like move. I was living in Orange County, and then I had to move back to San Diego and figure out like my whole life again. Like, okay, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? Like my whole career is like in the tank. What's next,
Yeah.
And then so that's how then I ran into Joni and started making things again. And so I don't, in my I actually do still have like a full-time job myself. So at a travel agency because I was like, I would work at a travel agency and then hotel work and then travel agency. So anyways, they got me back, and it's like, it's a fun job. And so I do that during the week, and that's why I'm like IT, and I do all the background stuff. And Joni's just like, we need this, and I'm like the home base, doing stuff in the background in that sense.
That's cool.
So we work really well together that way. And so this is like, my creative outlet is making things based off of like my background in that sense. But I'm just like an old punk rock spooky kid myself. Yeah. So that's like, I would go to like, I would love all that spooky stuff. I'm like more of I would say I'm more of like, kind of like a fun spooky. So I like, the Haunted Mansion stuff and Nightmare Before Christmas and that kind of stuff. We used to do horror movie nights with like a bunch of friends back in the day. And we would all, that's fun to me, like seeing horror movies with like a bunch of people and seeing classics.
Yeah. Or people that haven't never seen them either. Like you're like, oh.
Cool. So like when this is over, there's people and I'm not fucking scared alone in my house. Cool.
I don't watch like possession or like any type of things like that because
you're too spooked. You're too witchy for that. That's why. But
I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna just open my soul to let somebody.
Oh my god.
No.
And I don't like alien stuff. Alien stuff freaks me out. I don't know.
Oh really? Oh.
That's fucking weird. And I like poltergeist and not ghosty shit. So
and my daughter loves scary movies. Like she goes to like all these scary movies things, and so like, I like.
She drags you to them.
She drags me to them. So
you
like,
learn anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not really like. It was more like Scream isn't like it's one of my favorite movies, but. Mm-hmm. Really consider it horror even though it is, so there's
like funny horror.
It's comedy that
like so like even Friday the 13th was that one's okay, but like Nightmare on Elm Street, that one like I can't because it's like you're sleeping, so it's like teething, so I can't do that one. So it's like funny because I went to the movies with my daughter and like we were watching the previews of it and I'm like, dude, I don't want to be here, man. I like watching it at home because I tend to comfy with the blanket. Yeah, and the other thing is like I tend to talk through movies because I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? So it's like I can't be here because it's like I'm nervous.
You're like a scary movie.
Yeah. So the only way that I can like release the nervousness is by talking it through. Yeah. So like we're watching the movie and like there's a dude next to me and it was like the Halloween movie that came out before COVID.
Okay.
We were watching the movie.
It's like the remake or something, right?
No, I think it was like the first one before the second one that just came out.
Okay, yeah.
So like we're watching it and like we go in and I'm like, man, baby, I really don't want to be here. Like this is not okay. And she's like, it's fine, mom, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking one for the team for you, but I don't want to do this. I'm like, I think your dad should have came with you. I shouldn't do this. So the movie starts and it's this, I think the name of the movie was The Prodigy. And I was like, bitch, this is not okay. The like preview.
Oh yeah, I remember the preview. Yeah.
Crazy. And so it's like, we're watching it and like, it's this little kid on the couch and the doctor is like, I want you to tell me about your life. And I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. She's like, what? Like, what's wrong? I'm like, she's not talking to the little kid. She's talking to the demon inside the little kid. And she's like, how do you know? And then he's like, I'm not talking to the little boy. I'm talking to the demon. I was like, I told you. You can't be telling a 5-year-old I want you to tell him about my life, right? So he was on and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to watch this. And then the mom, like the little boy is at the end of the hall.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
And then the mom is like, what's wrong? I'm going to just call him Billy because she's like, what's wrong, Billy? And then I'm like, bitch, tell him to go back in the room. Tell him to go back in the room. Tell him to wait for his dad. I'm like, do not engage this little fucker. And so the dude next to me is like, what the hell? So then the little boy like runs at the mom and then like hugs her and it becomes a man.
Yeah.
I yelled like psychotic. Next to me is laughing like crazy.
That's funny.
And I was like, see, I don't want to do this. So
that was a good trailer though. That was a good trailer. I remember. It was so creepy. Yeah.
So then we watched the movie. I'm doing little like my own little observations and I'm like doing stuff. And so my daughter's like, oh my God. Like she thinks I'm bugging the dude next to me, right? Because there's like a part where there's this chick who he's killing her upstairs and she has socks on and she slips. And then I was like, bitch, you have to be barefoot. You need traction. You can't be barefoot on like wood floor.
the tactical advantages.
Yeah, so I'm giving all these advice, and then there's like this other part where the girl, I'm like, bitch, get in the car, run him over like 3-4 times, get an axe, chop off his head, take off with his head. He ain't coming back.
We need like a horror movie with like your
commentary. Yeah, like your commentary, like reactions.
Yes, like thumbs on it's over.
Yeah, the commentary's insane, right?
2 seconds.
So it's like towards the end of the movie, and like she's already closed up all the rooms, and like I am like at the point where it's like I'm like, I can't take this anymore. So I have like my sweater covering my face, and she's in the last room, and then I'm like and like Alexis and the dude both look at me, and like Alexis is like, what happened? I was like, I scared myself. And so then, like he comes out and I yell like a psychopath, and the dude next to me is laughing hysterically. So when the movie ends, Alexis is like, I'm so sorry, and he's like, oh my god, that was the best time.
Your commentary is the best.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god, can we take you to see movies with us? I was like, hell no, I didn't even want to come to this one. Like, yeah, I get anxious because like I can do haunted houses, I can do all of that, I can see everything, and it's fine because I can control the situation. About watching a movie, it's so much because I can't control that, and I can't watch a dumb bitch. I'm like, bitch, you could have done this, right? And like at the fun houses, like I was like, I wish you would come at me, sir, because
I've been waiting for this day all my life.
It's my time to shine.
It's funny.
Yeah, but scary movies, like I love them in concept and theory, but watching them, it's just so much like anxiety because like how can you get like that? Like,
but that's what they're meant to do, is to like
give you anxiety.
Yeah, they're meant to make you like feel like that.
I love more like the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, like Scream, more of those. Like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like
I like the old school ones myself, like the Poltergeist and Hellraiser, and like those. I don't know. Those are like they're still scary-ish. Like Poltergeist, I love Poltergeist. That movie is like so good, and like
Carolyn,
this house little old man cleansed.
Yeah, a little old man. I don't know how the dad did.
Oh yeah, that was a creepy old man. I remember.
Yeah, old man. And he's like, oh, I'm here. I was like, bitch, my dad would be like,
this is Sparta.
Vete para allá. Like, those kids.
I know.
Like, yeah. I was like, no.
But yeah, so like, I like those old ones because they're still scary and shit. They're fucked up, but I don't know.
The Vincent Price ones are
what are like your top 5, like each of you guys, like your top 5 like horror movies?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Poltergeist. There's this one, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a French one that I had seen a long time ago that had the craziest fucking plot twist. It was called, let me see if I could look it up, but it's like it was like the girl with blonde hair, and she was in the French countryside. You know, have you ever seen that one? Or you know which one?
What
around has like the bat with the barbed wire at the end, or the pole with the barbed wire at the end.
It sounds familiar.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it a brand new one or is it kind of old?
No, it's old. It's like 15 years old. Like French horror movie.
Now I'm curious what it is. I know it's like right there, and I don't know what it's called. But
Chucky is another one.
Oh, I love that's like my first horror movie I ever watched.
I know, like those are good ones. I love how like little kids come into the store sometimes and they see the stickers and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Chucky! Me da un Chucky sticker."
Nosferatu was good too.
Nosferatu is a good one. But it's like, it's like so funny. I don't know. It's like
damn, and it's a French movie.
Yeah, it's like a French movie, a French horror movie.
Why were you watching it?
Well, because we were watching it because it was part of the horror movies that we would watch. And
now I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try to Google it.
Well, it was like they would do like our friends would do.
Oh, is it High Tension?
Yes, it's High Tension.
Yes, because I remember she's walking by the cars, right, and then she has the bat with the
plot twist at the end. Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" Like it's really good.
That's a really good film. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't watch the Amityville horror movies.
Which one?
The movies about the possession in the house.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Amityville ones.
Oh, the Amityville.
Oh yeah, those are creepy. Like the first two are like the scariest. I can't really watch those either. They're creepy.
Like the Exorcist, the first time I watched it,
Oh, that one's
like
freaky.
I
Though.
couldn't have.
Yeah, that one I still can't watch alone. I was like,
her walking down those stairs like fucking weird. I'm like,
Well,
what
that
the
was so.
fuck?
So that's like the edited version, right? So then there's the
Yeah.
original where that didn't come out, right? No. So like I watched.
they
so I
put
had
it back
watched
in theaters, right? Where she comes down backwards down the stairs. I remember I went to go see it.
I had watched it like a month before with the old version of it, and so then, like I went with my ex-husband and my cousins, and we went to go watch it. And my friend is sitting down, and I'm like, "Bitch, how could you be scared of it? We just literally watched it like 2 months ago. So like, how could you be scared, right?" And so I was like next to my husband or my ex-husband. I'm like, "What? Like, I'm gonna scare her." He's like, "Leave her alone, fool. Leave her alone." And I was like, "No, what? I'm gonna scare her because I'm not scared." And then he's like, "Leave her alone." And I was like, no. And so then like the part comes where she starts walking out the stairs and she like fucking starts vomiting or whatever she does.
God.
So like I ended up jumping off my seat and I was a lot thinner than I landed on Waddle's lap, and I was like, and then he's like, "See what happens?" And I was like, "That wasn't in the other movie, man." Like he was like, "I told you to leave her alone." I was like, "I'm gonna leave her alone." Yeah, that was not meant to be prepared for that.
That's not right.
Yeah, no, they had when they re-released it in the in the theaters. That's when they were vomiting because that didn't happen in the first one.
It's like the extended version. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember going to go see it because I was like, I never got to see it when it released. So they re-released it. It was like early 2000s, right? I think or something. I can't remember. Yeah.
Like the crazy behind the scenes lore of some of the horror movies is super interesting to me, right? So it's
yes.
like what happened to the cast and
like
crew,
the Cursed,
like,
the documentary. Have you seen Cursed? The documentary?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've seen it, but I've like read up on it and seen like YouTubes on that stuff. And
Which
then
one's
like
that one
for the Poltergeist,
yeah.
for Poltergeist and for
The Exorcist. Yeah, there's a few films. I think I forgot what the other one might have been. The Omen. I can't remember, but there's like creepy stuff that's happened on set.
The little girl passed away from Poltergeist.
A bunch of them.
Well, yeah, a bunch of them, but the main girl.
Yeah, Heather.
Killed. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, Dominic Dunn, the sister in the first film. She got murdered by her boyfriend. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she died before the little girl did.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I actually went to see him because I went to it's a cemetery somewhere in LA. My friend took me, and they're both buried in the same one.
Ooh, the Forever Hollywood.
No, it's in a different one. I forgot the name. It's weird. The cemetery is kind of like in the middle of the city, like in LA, but it's like a smaller one. And she's there, like Heather O'Rourke, which is like the main little girl, and then Dominic Dunn, which is the sister in the film that got murdered by her boyfriend, are both there in that same cemetery. It's kind of creepy.
I love all that behind the scenes stuff. Like, the crazy thing happened to this, like, the horror stuff, like this movie in the background or whatever.
I forgot what the name is. There's like another popular cemetery, and I know the name to it, but I can't think of it. That is the one.
Our brains are fried after yesterday's event. We're just like,
I forgot what the name of it is.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a Harry Potter fandom art show event.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. So we have this is like a little mandrake that Stitch Little Devil.
That's cool.
Made, so it was like super cool. And then so we have art shows every now and then in August we're having like 80s 90s cartoon and cult movie art shows. We got a couple cult movies in there. And then in September, we're going to have a killer art show, which is like horror and serial killers, whatever, freaky stuff going on.
Yeah.
So September's going to be pretty gory. So we're excited for that.
Oh yeah, let me know if you guys need help or anything. I'm down to help because that sounds really cool.
Yeah, come down and join us. It'll be fun. Yeah. Welcome to come. Maybe we could do a live, an IG live or something, and just all hang out or something.
Yeah, that would be cool because I like that. That's what I like about you guys. What you're doing, you're kind of bringing that. Like you guys mentioned, there's a lot of stuff in LA that happens, like the Midsummer Scream, Son of Monsterpalooza, all those. And I've gone to them too, and it changes your perspective. I'm like, man, it's so huge, and it's cool. And even the IE, I think, just started one CreepyCon. Yeah. So now I feel like here in San Diego, I always wanted to see something here. So it's cool. You guys are kind of starting something like that. And like I said, I'm here to help if you guys want, because I would love to see that here in San Diego. Because I think we have a lot of horror fans, but it's just not like you said, once we find each other, it's cool. We find that little group, but I know there's more people for sure.
We're not alone. There's other people that like dumb nerd stuff with us.
Yeah, nerding out. Sometimes I'm over here nerding out over stuff, and then they just look at me like I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, it's so great though. I mean, I love going to LA. Don't get me wrong, LA is the
Yeah.
shit. I love going to LA.
Same here.
Joni has done a bunch of shows and events in LA. I was going before COVID like every month to LA, and so we love our LA peeps and stuff, and we love doing all the activities down there. But we are lacking in that for sure down here.
Yeah.
Like everybody from San Diego has to drive 2 hours to have fun.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like it's cool. Like I love going over there too, but it would be cool to save 2 hours, you know, and just do it here in the city.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I'll be vending this year at Midsummer Scream. So
I'll probably see you there. I'm gonna go. So
You got it. It's so
yeah, I got in, so I'm excited.
yeah, I like last minute because I went like before the pandemic was the first time I ever went. I went to Son of Monsterpalooza and Midsummer Scream, and I loved it. And so I haven't gone since like I think it was in 2019 or 2018. I'm like I need to go again. So I'm planning of going to that one, and then I want to go to Son of Monsterpalooza. I think they just announced tickets are gonna be out in October.
Yeah. That one's cool because it's like a lot more laid back, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's just smaller. You can like see everything and like meet all these actors and stuff. And then that's really cool. I think I met one of the Ramones last time, right? Like one of the
nice.
I forgot his name, but the drummer from the Ramones was there. I took, paid to take a picture, signed these drumsticks. Awesome. Thanks so much. It was so rad. And then so you can meet a lot of cool actors.
Yes.
And you see like a lot of the same like cool vendors.
The dude from Terminator. What's his name?
Oh, it was the son, the boy.
Yes.
What's the boy's name from Terminator? The little.
Oh
boy.
yeah. Oh my God. I have his name.
But he was.
I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah. I think was Vincent Price at the last one.
No.
Or what? He was at something recently.
I think he's passed for.
No, I thought he's.
I want Bruce Campbell. I've seen him, but his line was like down, like it was forever long. Like he has too many fans.
Did you see him? Did you see him at the end of the Doctor Strange?
Yes, I was actually I wore the shirt for the Evil Dead because I was like I hope Sam Raimi like does some homage, and he did, and I was like yes.
Yes, I had to explain like the whole reason that Bruce Campbell was like in that movie.
Yeah.
And my sister, I was like, it's because Sam Raimi is the director and he was in Army of Darkness and that's him and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what he like.
And only us horror fans would get it because I was over here freaking out, and then my sister just looking at me like I'm weird.
Vincent Price, was it there? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. No. No, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't Vincent Price. Sorry, it was what's his name? I can think of it.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. It was Tim Curry.
Okay.
I think he's going to be coming to this one, I think.
Yeah.
And they're actually doing a documentary. Did you guys see for the miniseries where he played It? They're doing like a documentary. It's about to release,
really?
I think.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I haven't seen him for a while, but he had that stroke, I think.
Yeah, he terrible, poor thing. But I would still be excited to freaking meet you. That's insane. Like,
yeah. Edward Furlong is the name of the guy from Terminator.
Yes, that guy.
Yes.
He was there. When we went that day. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny. There was like so many cool people to like take pictures and the lines weren't even that long that time. Like I was like, how is there no line for you, dude?
Because we went there Friday or did we go Saturday?
I thought we went Saturday. Maybe Sunday.
No, it was Saturday. But yeah, there was a very, very few people.
Yeah,
who were there.
it's totally chill in there, which was like really cool. Cause like but like the Midsummer Scream is cool. It's just like, bring your umbrella and your sunscreen because you're going to be waiting like an hour just to get outside. Like, oh, I know this. Like,
yeah, that would be a nice thing to tell people.
Yeah,
it's like have the like VIP pass.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, well, I think now it's crazy expensive, but
yeah. But the panels are cool too. I like that too. Like seeing because I got to see what's her name? The one she's like in Insidious. She's like the old lady that's always like in all the horror films. I forget her name. But she got interviewed by Mick Garris. It was cool, like seeing her get interviewed there. Oh my God, what's her name? She was in Insidious.
Haunted houses. Like
they have that too. Yeah.
Houses, which was cool, and the amount of people that go cosplay there is.
Oh
insane.
yeah.
It blew my mind. That's the thing that was tripping me out. I was like, y'all really up in here with this costume, so intricate, sweating balls in July, dude. Like how?
Yeah.
I think that year wasn't it in August or something because it kind of falls between the end of July and August.
Mm-hmm,
and it
in
was
the summer.
so fucking hot and like they are out here in like full scarecrow outfits, all hot and stuff, and huge dresses. And I'm like, you know what? Props, because I wish I just had sandals on right now.
I know there was a kid. Did you guys ever see the kid too? Like how they dressed their little kids? There was like a little kid as the predator. The predator. It was so cute. Like
yes.
There's a little girl that always dresses up like her parents dress her up all the time.
Is it Jayla, the Jayla girl?
I think it is her.
There was an Annabelle too that I saw, like a little girl as Annabelle.
That could be her. Yeah. Because they dress her up for like all the events. Like
oh wow.
So fun.
Yeah. It's like so fun, and like the whole families get like that was like the funnest. I was like, this is insane right now. It's like, this is so fun. It's all people here.
It's like Halloween in the summer, pretty much. Like
it's so much fun. It's like such a different environment, and like the people are so sweet and so nice. So it's so funny because I think people are gonna assume just because we're all wearing black and we're all, you know, some of us look a little crazier than others.
Like, we look scary.
That everybody's an asshole, but it's such a different vibe from that.
Like the nicest people, dude. It's like
like the nicest, most helpful people. You know, it's I've done events with different people, you know, different type of events, and like sometimes the people who are your neighbors are like some of the most
rude people.
Dicks. You know, everybody who does like a spooky event, they're all super nice, super sweet, super willing to help out. So it's such a different environment, and
that's true. Yeah, even it makes their day too. The people that cosplay, because I like, I'm a fan, so I'm like, can I take a picture with you? And then everybody gets like super hyped up, like they think they're cool, like they have the limelight for a second, you know.
No, it's cool to see all the work that they put into those. So the last time we ran into this girl that does, she was dressed in a ball gown, like nice version of the creature of the Black Lagoon. So it was like a really cute pin-up version of the creature from the Black Lagoon. And we were like, oh my God, like you are gorgeous. And this whole thing the whole outfit is awesome. And it was really rad. And then the next week, Joni like drew her creature from the Black Lagoon, like pinup style. She ended up making a whole series of it. It like inspired her to make like this whole line of art pieces, which was so like super cool, you know. So it's like really inspired to like make stuff, which is rad, you know.
And just a quick question too, like what inspired the name like Mal Bicho? Like for those who might not speak Spanish, like where did that name come from, or like what inspired it?
Well, it's from like a song from those Fabulosos Cadillacs, and they have a song called Mal Bicho, right? And so that's kind of where it originated, you know, the idea. So we're just like there. But
funny thing is, though, if you're Puerto Rican, Mal Bicho is a penis.
That was gonna say it has multiple meanings.
It has multiple meanings, and I think bicho is like a bug in Spanish. Right? And so when we were making this, we were like, oh, like we really like the when we were kind of brainstorming ideas, right? And then our friend was like, well, what about like Mal Bicho, because it's kind of like a bug and like a misfit, right? So it's like, and it kind of reminded us of like a Beetlejuice, right? So Beetlejuice is like a misfit bug, and we are like the misfits of like the neighborhood, you know, the odd ones out. So I was like, this kind of works, and we were like, we can like. And then we're like, okay, the color scheme could be black and white and green, and like we can just roll with it. And that's just kind of how it snowballed into that. So so a lot of Spanish speakers aren't super familiar with the term, but I don't know if that's like a deep Mexico thing, because bicho, I mean, I hadn't heard of bicho before, but I knew of the song, right? So it was like, oh yeah, so that's kind of where it came from, is the Los Fabulosos Cadillacs song. About a bicho before? Well, like not really, like really.
I actually heard about the word, but not the song, so now I have to go Google the song.
Okay, the song's really good, actually. We play it every now. I don't know, because we were like, I don't know, or just we never like, hey, go smash that bicho or something. I don't know. I've never used it in my regular Spanglish. But have you? Did you?
My mom does. Yeah.
Really? See, because and then like I get a couple comments on TikTok like, hey, I speak Spanish and I don't know what that word means, so I had to explain it too. So I think like some people are familiar and some.
It might be like regions, maybe.
Maybe a regional thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it's like one of those words like pantuflas and chanclas or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pantuflas. So that's kind of like how it kind of started.
I'll put some pictures here of the I have like pictures of when I went to I think it might have been Midsummer or Son of Monster Palooza here.
Oh,
nice.
cool. Yeah. We saw him there too.
Yeah.
It was so cool. We're in the parking lot, right?
Yeah. Remember when
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we found him in the parking lot of the Son of Monster Palooza, and I started recording him. And so like you see a video where he comes and then he just covers it with his hand, and then I was like so surprised that all I did was go and so, like it just sounds like he killed me, and then it's like I sounded like Little Mouse. It was so hilarious.
She went out in all her glory.
Yeah, it was so funny.
But he was having fun, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, but and then how do you guys feel as far as like because you guys are kind of fairly new, like your shop? How do you feel like the community has embraced you guys?
Well, we've actually been here for a couple more years. So like Joni
Okay.
said, she was golondrina down the street. So
Okay.
she's been there for what, 4.5 years?
Yeah, we're
4.5
almost there 5 years.
Yeah, almost 5
Okay.
years. And I was a guest artist there, and we've, Joni's done art shows in this community since even before that. So
Okay.
like we've all been around. So that's the thing about this
Yeah.
community is like you really got to put in some work. 'Cause
Mhm.
I
present.
think I
Yeah.
started doing art shows here somewhere around 2012, 2013.
Okay.
There was a place called The Spot that's actually like 2 streets down off of Main that is over by Ryan's brother. That's like where
Closer to downtown.
Yeah, that's where the art shows used to first start. There was also Roots Factory and Voz Alta. So those are like the first like art galleries that were around.
Like the hubs.
Mm-hmm. And then from the people from The Spot ended up leaving there, and they ended up opening La Bodega behind Salud.
Yeah, that.
We were doing a lot. I was doing a lot of shows at La Bodega and at Border X, and also the Chicano Art Gallery that is now 30 Flirty and Puppy Playa. So we've been a part of the community for a long
while.
time.
Yeah.
So
So it's just a new face.
Yeah.
It's just like a rebranding, but
Okay.
we're
Makes sense.
And the other thing, it's super important for us to make sure that we are also giving back to the community.
Mhm.
So we're doing this mochilathon right now, where we're doing a school supply drive. We did it last year, but we're definitely really vamping up the look of it and making sure that we can get a lot more
there it is.
yeah, we get a lot more supplies for kids, because especially right now where like everything is so expensive, gas is so crazy expensive, food is getting expensive. So some of the families around the neighborhood have more than one kid, and so we want to make sure that the kids are able to have a nice backpack, nice colors, everything. I just had some lady come in who brought in like 6 tubs of calculators.
Yeah, I walked in, I was like, oh my God, we have so many calculators.
Yeah, so it's amazing what the community does. Last year we did like a drive so that we can get a bunch of costumes. We're gonna do that again this year.
We're like, if these
cool.
kids are missing Halloween costumes, we are going to be the ones
because of us.
not on my watch.
Yeah.
We're going to go and buy like a shitload of costumes, and we're going to have fun, because we're like, there's no kid that's not going to have fun on Halloween up until now that we're here.
And then, they give them away at like Chicano Park. So one of the members of the steering committee, Lucas, was telling me, because we didn't end up going, and I think that this year we should close and actually go see it, because he was so happy to see like the way that the kids acted. So he was telling me that there was a little boy who was super excited, and he asked him, like, he's like, can I have one of the fairy wings? And so the little boy was so nervous to ask him for the fairy wings, and he was like, sure, if you want to, like, go ahead. And so like he ended up putting the fairy wings, and he was like, I was so excited that I was giving him the freedom to be able to choose whatever he wanted, because like
they don't have a choice.
He might not have that capability at other places. So then some other little boy was like, can I have fairy wings too? He's like, so we had Michael Myers running around with fairy wings.
That's funny.
It's super cool that like all that is. And then that's the other thing too, where we've done May the 4th art show. So we gave away a bunch of lightsabers to the kids in the community, and that's how we actually ended up doing the Harry Potter show was because they actually wanted us to do that.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we love Harry Potter too. Like, would you guys ever do a Harry Potter show? And we're like, say less, it's on. Let's do this. That's how
That's
like
cool.
now. So it's kind of growing. So that the Star Wars happened. We had a couple other businesses kind of join in to our shenanigans and stuff. We had a really good turnout. We had a lightsaber meetup, and it had fun photo ops and stuff. And then this Harry Potter one, we asked again. We said, because we invite everybody, hey, if you want to be part of this, let us know, and we'll put you on the map. We're gonna put you part of the show, whatever stores want to participate. And we had about nine of us participate this past opening yesterday. So there was like a bunch of really cool things that everybody did. So you could literally walk around the block and visit a bunch of different environments that you could check out. And we work a lot with a store called Aslan Libre over here, and they're part of the Chicano Park Steering Committee, and we just try to help them, whenever. Well, what do you guys need? Like, we're gonna help you guys out, and we've just been like that always because we do want to give back because of
That's
the
really
way
cool.
this is a very this is a Chicano neighborhood. It's an underserved neighborhood, and just to know all the work that they do to preserve the park and how much like they don't get the resources that they need and all the work that goes into it. It's like we recognize that, like, hey, that is like a lot of work. We really need to help you guys because you guys need the help, and we don't want to be just another store here, like, just trying to make it. We want to be able to give back to the community because we're all trying to have fun here, man. What's the point? It's like,
I thought that was really cool that you guys incorporate like all these shops. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So and like the Mochilathon, a couple stores are participating in it and stuff. So it's been fun. It's fun.
And the cool thing is that some of the kids, like for the Harry Potter, one of the stores, Pepe Playa, they made these. It's like a photo op where it was super cool because they'll text you the picture and the picture is moving like it was moving in Harry Potter. So they have like the newspaper and it moves like where the news moves, and it's like things like that. Some of these kids aren't going to have the opportunity to do that because
the other way.
Their parents aren't going to be able to afford to go to Universal Studios. Get this because some of the families have 5 or 6 kids, they can't afford to do that. And so like we wanted to give them that opportunity. Like we were giving away certificates that say like you're either Slytherin house or you're all these things. So there were like 5 or 6 like she was saying, like 9 stores throughout that were giving away this.
Everybody was giving away stuff, so it was just
that's really cool.
Here you go, here's this, here's that. Like somebody was selling butterbeer, which is super exciting. So like and then he was like, some people have never tried butterbeer, and I'm like, because like not everybody goes to Universal Studios. Like they don't have the money to go to Universal Studios like since forever or whatever. It's just not, and not, especially in this economy, it's not in everybody's budget to take all the kids down there and stuff. And that, so it's really cool to be able to have just like fun things for our for the community and stuff, and be able to do that. And it's fun. It's just fun.
It's pretty awesome.
Watching everybody, it was a lot of fun yesterday. So it's like things that we want to try to keep on doing. And this coming up on the 21st, we're trying to do something else too for
Comic-Con or
Comic-Con. But since we're cool. Like in Logan, like I think Freak, I don't even know how many years ago. It was a long time ago, probably 22? So maybe like 7 years ago, Border X started doing ChicanoCon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So like they're starting that up again this year, and we want to participate with that as well. To like,
I remember Jorge Gutierrez came. one time, right? No, it was Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro came by.
Oh really? Oh my god, I want to meet him so bad.
Like he took pictures with everybody, and I was like, he was here. Oh my god, like freak out, because there's a lot of stuff that happens outside of downtown. And we're like, so pretty much everybody that participated yesterday is down to do it for Comic-Con weekend. So we might actually do that event again on the weekend of the 23rd, right? 23rd, 24th, maybe the 21st. So we're going to.
21st is the opening of ChicanoCon. We want to try to do something, for that as well.
So we just have some fun stuff. We're just going to keep this one rolling all of July, I think, which is fun. So But yeah, we just like to have fun with everybody, and everybody was stoked. And we even had this lady that said, "Are you going to have it again? Because I'm getting induced at 6 p.m.
Oh my God.
like yesterday, and I can't make it." I'm like, "Damn, girl!" I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Hold it in and come down."
We have some hardcore people. It's
Yes,
hilarious.
dude, it's like so cool. Our customers are awesome. I
Yeah.
love them. We have people come from like all over, which blows our mind sometimes. Like
That's
from
cool.
LA, from Texas, from
New York.
from Georgia,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, we found you guys and we wanted to come visit." Like they come for the store, which is like so rad. So it's really cool that we're getting people like attention, like
Yeah.
come down and see us, you know. It's like we're just having fun over
Yeah.
here, and I'm like, cool. Like,
And then this crazy person. So we did like the Harry Potter thing, and you know, this crazy person decided to. We have a Krampus, so
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I tend to acquire things in the most interesting way.
like, how do we have a Krampus?
Yeah.
This crazy witch like made this happen. I don't know.
So like we were talking last year around Thanksgiving, and I was like, you know what would be so freaking cool is if we could get a Krampus. And then she's like, from where? And then I was like,
where the hell are we gonna get a
I was
Krampus
like, I don't
from?
know, but like most of the Krampus were sold out, and I was like, I don't know, but I want a Krampus. And so she's like, okay,
I'm like, okay, whatever.
right? And so like the next day, there was somebody was going to be doing a like a coffee shop that was sort of geeky, and it would.
Oh yeah, I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
It
but-
ended up not
It was like the Geek Cafe or something, right? Because I was waiting on it to open and.
yeah,
So-
it would've been cool.
So it's funny because he came and it was like right before
December?
Black Friday,
Oh,
right?
Black
So
Friday,
yeah. So it was like a few days before Black Friday when he comes in, and then I was like, yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. I was like, I just really wish that I would have been able to get a Krampus. And then he's like, I have a Krampus. I was like, you have a Krampus?
I'm like,
He's
what the hell, you witch?
He's like, yeah.
You like
want-
manifested that?
Yeah. He's like, you want to borrow it? I was like, hell yeah, I want to borrow the Krampus. So he brought the Krampus. It was like super funny because I was like, hey, I call her. I'm like, hey. She's like, what? And I was like, guess what? She's like, what? I was like, I got a Krampus. She's
And I'm
like,
like,
how the fuck did you get it? I'm like, it doesn't matter.
I'm
You
like,
got a
what
Krampus?
the fuck?
I was
Oh my
like,
God.
set it up so when you come in for Black Friday, dude, we got a Krampus. And so she's like, what? So she comes in and he had told me the Krampus was big, and I was like, it's fine, whatever. I just have the Krampus. So he brings it in, I'm like, holy shit, he's huge. So she comes in, she's like, holy shit, he's huge. And so for the show, we were thinking, and then we thought about it, but she made it happen where we were like, what if we make Dumbledore, what if we make Krampus into Dumbledore? And
Oh
'Cause he had, like,
yeah, that's
beard and
good.
everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's figure it. I spent probably like 2 weeks working on that thing because I was like, oh, I got 5 yards of fabric, it'll be fine. And then I'm like, Joni, this fucking thing does not. We need more fabric. We need more fabric ASAP. So then it's like we needed like 15 yards of fabric, so I was way off. I was like, damn. And I was, and it was just it has been hot, and so I'm like on the floor making the pattern, cutting the fabric, and I'm just like, Joni, I'm sweating balls over here. I just want to let you know that I've been here in the trenches.
yeah, she's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make an art piece. I'm like, bitch, that is an art piece in itself.
Yeah, so I'll take a
cool.
picture of it and post it because and then I was like, I finished it like at 2 a.m. on like Wednesday or something.
Oh
And then
wow.
ordered my house to pick up some art pieces, and then I was like, oh, here's the Krampus thing. I was like, here, I'm done with this shit, take it away. And then so she set it up, and I didn't see it until like I walked into the store yesterday, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit, this came out so fucking good, dude. It came out so good. So it was like really rad. So we bought a hat and put it on there and stuck the horns in, and he looks good. He looks like Dumbledore, man.
Yeah.
Like a pissed off Dumbledore.
Yeah, you have to post that.
Yes, yeah.
It's
Like a before and after.
Yeah.
There's like a few people who understood who he was. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you not tell he's Dumbledore?
Yeah, how do you not? He's
Yeah.
got gray on his hat. He's,
And then
whatever.
the best thing about him is that I do not understand how people do not see him when
They
walk
don't
in the
see
store.
him. He's gigantic, and they're just like,
They don't
"La, la,
see
la,
him.
la, la."
So it has happened twice today. It happened to me again. So one time before it happened, where this chick, like, she came in, she was in here for a while, And so like I'm doing like all kinds of other stuff, and then she screams like a psychopath as she's leaving, and she's like, I didn't see him. I'm like, he's been there. No, he wasn't. I'm like, he's been there since December, since November.
Yeah.
That happened like in February. She's like, it wasn't there. I'm like, ma'am, it has been there since you walked in. And so today, this chick came in and like she looked, and then she just like screamed bloody murder. And then she's like, Miss Pato, Miss Pato. And I'm like, what the hell? So I like look, and she's on the phone. She's like, Miss Pato. And then took off like all pissed off. Like I was like, lady, I didn't do this on purpose.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
That's so funny. Like, even as Crumpus, like people would walk in and would look around, and then as they're leaving, they go, oh shit. And they're like, don't see it until like the very end.
Mine was the opposite. I remember I saw it and I'm like, oh, let me take a picture of this. I was like,
get really pissed off. Like they're like, why would you have that here? And I was like, because it's my store and I can do what I want.
Yeah. Or they go, oh my God. They turn around and they leave because it's like
they're pissed.
Yeah, they're pissed.
They're
and
pissed.
It's like,
Oh
okay, well, I guess this store is not for you, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, seriously. It's like that's the test. That's the test. The initial test. If you get scared, you're not meant to be there.
Yeah. He's cool. Lay off him, man.
Yeah.
He's a good little protector there.
Yeah.
He wards off the
The bad
ones.
vibes.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
bad vibes, for real.
And what I like too is you guys like also like sell like other people's art, like against the wall. People can see in the background, like you have local artists, and even the art and stuff that you sell there is local artists, and then your art as well. But if somebody's interested, just to like a local artist here from San Diego, how do you you become added on that wall?
Right now we're a collective, right? Because that's in our name. So we're actually made up of 10 different artists in here. But the artists that are our core artists are actually all of our friends and people we know. So we've worked with everybody probably about everybody at least maybe 5-6 years doing events together. We've known each other, we share resources, we work together, we push each other. So when we, and they would come out and set up with us back when we were over at Golodrina, right? And stuff. So when we got this space, we said, hey, like we're making this store. Do you guys want to be part of it? Because we're not only local artists, but we're artists from here and LA, Riverside, the idea and stuff. Because they also did not have during COVID, there were no events in LA, right? For like almost years. So that took a big blow to their income, right?
Yeah.
And for our friends that also work really hard and stuff. So we're like, hey, listen, we're opening this store. If you guys want to bring your stuff, we'll sell it, because we happen to be lucky in this little pocket in San Diego where we could still set up outside, or we could still shop inside, because even like LA,
the shop was so big.
The shop was so big, and like, and then like LA was just so restrictive too. Everywhere else that they were. So we were able to, people were coming here, right? Because it was like it was also a place that was still open. People could come and like come check out Chicano Park, come have a beer and kind of check out the shops and stuff. So we were lucky in that sense. So we kind of just like extended that to our good friends and said like, let's work together. And they hopped on board, and that's how we've kind of become this tight knit group of the core of us. And then so we don't really take anybody else in right now, because we want to just focus on our people and push our people and stuff like that, because it's promoting 10 people all the time. But everybody pitches in, and we work together. But what we have been doing is the art show. So if you're a local artist or you're artist that wants to do an art piece for the art shows that we have coming up, you can always message us and we can give you the details, and you can come be part of the art shows. So that's how we're kind of opening it up to a lot of different artists that want to showcase their art for the art shows, because we're doing art shows every month. So every month will be a new theme. So any artist that's local or somewhere, anywhere really, because we have people like mail us stuff. We have one artist in Vegas that mails stuff. Texas, we're gonna have Oregon's gonna send us some stuff, like everywhere.
Oh, nice.
So like so you could just message us, and we'll give you the deets of the art shows, and you can be part of the art shows. So that's kind of like how
giving back to like other artists,
right? Yeah, so it's be able to give space to other artists and give them spot to sell, like their artwork and things like that, and be able to promote them, and then like just kind of move that way. So that's kind of like where we're at right now. Just it just takes a lot to like like I said, we just want to focus on our core artists and our close homies that we've worked and built a relationship together in the store. And then like, if you want to be part of the art show, then you're welcome to be part of it. We don't turn away people really.
Okay.
It's like, listen, if you want to do art, if you're new to art, you could try to just hit us up. We're pretty open.
Okay.
We're not like this, snooty art gallery or something that's going to say like, oh, your art's not that up to this level or whatever. Cause you never know. We all started somewhere,
True.
Jesus, it's like, come on. So we're pretty open. So basically our biggest thing is just communicate with us, right? It's just like, hey man, if you want to do it, we're not going to come bug you about it. Right. It's like, I want you to have the filas to come talk to us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, if you are on the ball, we want, that kind of energy and stuff. I know with artists, it's kind of hard sometimes because Lord have mercy. It's like, it's like everybody's like insecure or doing this or doing that. It's like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just
do it. Just go for it.
Yes, that too. My God, I could kill everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Can I turn it in on the day of the show? No.
Hey, I do the same thing.
I know Tony does it. Yeah, but you own the joint now, so it's fine. Yeah, so yeah, that's how we roll. So, like I said, that's why it's like, hey, if you're interested, you could always DM us and we'll let you know, kind of thing. And if you want to be part of the art show, we'll give you the details. You just got to deliver the goods, man. That's all on you. So it's like, no pressure now.
Good to know.
Yes.
And before we get out of here, I always ask this question kind of as the last one, what kind of legacy do you guys want to leave behind, individually, obviously, either creatively or on a personal level?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just a goober trying to have fun over here, man.
Trying to live in the moment.
For me, it's just that you can have fun. You could make a living doing what you love and the things that you enjoy, and at the same time, you have to give back to your community, because while some of us are blessed, some of us aren't, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to create an experience for other people who don't have the same luxuries as you do. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's very important that, we're able to do that. And it's awesome to actually see what just a little bit of help from other people, because it's like, we ourselves can't do everything. We're asking for donations, but we're putting in the man hours of creating the things, putting backpacks together, putting baskets together and things like that.
Promoting it.
Yeah, and promoting it. People do not understand how much time it takes to promote something on Instagram and to be doing all of this. It takes a lot of time,
Yeah.
I slept all week.
For real. So, I just want to make sure that people know that, you could do what you love, but you're going to work hard. You're going to work harder than you had worked for somebody else. But at the end of the day, you're happy and you're content. And what's the best way to spend all of your waking hours and, what you love, and then enjoying the people that you work with,
Exactly.
It's amazing to be able to do this with a friend and to have a bunch of friends.
You just laugh all day. This is it's like I work all week and then I come here, but this is not really work.
Yeah.
This is we just hang out and laugh our asses off on the weekend,
For
dude.
real.
Yeah.
You're cracking up and shit,
Yeah.
and it's really fun, So it's just it's have a good time, and then focus on yourself, right?
Yeah.
And block out any bad energy, and just it's that's what we try to do, is we just try to have a good fun. We don't really care about anything else, no other energies, no other whatever. I mean, it's really hard to say anything on our store because we go to the beat of our own drum. We're super original. There's nothing here that can be really, you can't buy this stuff from China and stuff and sell it. Everybody sit here from blood, sweat, and tears and stuff, and all the artists super original. So we try to fight our best to promote all of our artists that work really hard to make everything, you know. So it's just you know, being able to promote everybody and have a good time, and like you said, like share with the community and have fun with them, because they're the ones that are here, you know, all the time.
They're the ones that are keeping us alive.
Yeah, that's so fun. And I think like probably both of our brands and our businesses have been made from this community. Like we all, you know, we both started here making art here. You know, people from here bought our things. You know, I make like greeting cards and frames and stuff like that. People were buying those, like, and that's kind of how I started, right? And then like you know, from my brand and Joni's art and stuff, everybody here knows her art, loves her art and stuff. So, you know, they helped us make our business. So now that we can, we do what we can and try to give back. So, and it's actually pretty rewarding, you know, it's really fun to see them kids all happy and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, for the Star Wars show, those little faces. And they were like, where's the Jedi? It's so cute.
Oh my gosh, yesterday there was this little boy who came in and he was like the cutest thing, because my kid did this hat where it was like the sorting hat. And so we were doing, I was like, hey, do you want to do? He's like, I'm a Slytherin. I was like,
like, do you want to get sorted? He's like, I'm a Slytherin. It's fine.
Yeah. This whole time he's doing this, he's like, Slytherin rule. And I was like, oh my gosh, this little kid was like crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's so much fun watching, and like, and just watching some other little kids come in too, because like, there's kids who come in here and they're all scared, and then there's these other ones that are like, oh my God, I want Chucky, I want this, I want that. Look at the giant spider, it's so cool. So it's so cool to watch like these little kids like evolve and see like how they enjoy the spooky stuff.
I would have loved a store like this one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you see yourself in them, right? Like when you were like a kid, right? It's kind of cool. Yeah, I've been trying to do that with like my niece and nephew too, like to get them to like love horror stuff.
It's like fun, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, one of the other stores brought up a good point, right? Because they were like, how did you guys like become like the spooky store, right? And I was like, well, it's because we am them. Like we are the spooky kids. So it just kind of happened, and we're just like this. And then another store, like because I was Puppy Pie and 3040 was like they're like, this each store on this block is actually like an extension. It represents like your personality, right? So it's like we're spooky kids. So this store just kind of became a spooky. We're spooky Chicanas, and it's a spooky Chicana store. So that's just what we are, right? And it's like, that's the kind of energy is super easy, because that's like what we are, that's what we like and stuff. So that's just what we became, which is hilarious. And even in the beginning, remember, I was like, Joni, this store is like making itself. I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but everything's working. The colors are working. The whatever we're in is working. It's like everything was just flowing. We've always had like a really good flow of energy in here, and everything is fit together and stuff. So it's been really fun. And you know, everybody says like, I like the energy in here. I like the products. You guys are super unique in here. So we got a good mix. We got your traditional, like, you know, we got Mexican stuff. We got you know, like really like Mexican motifs and things like that. The other Los Muertos items. And then we have the horror items. So we have a good representational mix, I think, of like a lot of things that Chicanos like, because it's like we're just regular people. We just happen to have great food and like a bunch of skulls, all sorts of skulls.
Yeah, it's a really cool shop. And actually, I found some of the pictures I took. I think I went around May or something, but here are some of the. I'll share some of these that I. And then I found the Krampus.
That was a spooky Chicana show.
Yeah, that was like one of the first shows, right?
There's the original.
Krampus, yes, that's the before picture.
Yeah.
We'll post the after picture.
I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah, but I want to thank you guys, obviously, for like taking the time to meet with me. It's really inspirational, you know, hearing your guys' story, and just seeing like what you guys are doing for the community. Oh, there it is. Oh, I kind of went blank.
All right.
I don't want to be seen. There we go. Oh yeah. It looks like Dumbledore. Just the horns.
Right.
But...
Thank you. It looks like Dumbledore. Woo, good job.
Yeah, but thank you, both of you guys again for joining me today, for telling your story, and then having, you know, the viewers get to know you. Let me share the Instagram again so they can follow you guys. Mal Bicho Collective on Instagram, and I'm guessing all social media, like TikTok.
I have a TikTok too. It's the same. So.
Perfect. Yeah. So obviously, like I like to tell all the viewers, listeners, go ahead and follow them. Really, like you saw their story. They're really dope. Two dope ladies who own a horror shop, but it's a mix of other things as well, like Chicano, Mexican. Any last things you guys want to like promote or shout out anybody before you guys head out?
Just be sure we're showing our Harry Potter show all month long, so you can come visit anytime and see the Harry Potter art. And then in August we're gonna have an 80s, 90s and cult movie classics art show. So that'll be all of August. It'll be opening the second Saturday of every month, and then
the second Saturday of every month is the Barrio Art Crawl.
Yes, it's a great day to come out.
A lot of the stores there's a lot of art shows that are happening. We also definitely follow like Asa and Libre. They do a lot of stuff for the community. Yes. They have a resource day on Thursdays, and so on I think it's like the second or the fourth Thursday of the month. But they give away food. There's I think they give away like tortillas, potatoes, just things that people will need, and it like helps out a lot of the people in the community.
If you could support them, that would be great.
That would be really good.
Check out our Mochilathon post, because there's a QR code for our Venmo if you want to donate for any kind of school supplies. That would be awesome to get. Any kind of donations. We're still taking them. We're still, because they're giving them out at the end of July anyway.
And one of the other things they're also doing is they're going to be doing a scholarship as well. So that's one of the things that we really want to do. It's also really important to give back to the community, because without them we wouldn't be where we are, and we wouldn't have the space. So it's really important, because the community does come out and help. They clean up. They help clean up, but we have so many people who come in every day to see, like, do we have new stickers? Do we have new things? And it's so cool that like we have regulars from the community who are just coming in like, what are you doing this time?
I saw you posted this. I'm here to buy it. It's like, all right, here it is, So our customers are the greatest. So we big shout out to everybody that supports us, that talks with us. We end up being friends with like a lot of our customers.
That's good.
And it's just cool, because we're like, we're just like, two real people, like just hanging out and stuff, and we just like to be cool. And of course we appreciate everybody's support, and just keep follow us on Instagram so you can keep up with like all of our art shows coming up, and be sure to come visit, because they're pretty fun. So we just have fun down here.
All right, well, thank you, Joni and Michaela. Thank you so much, and hope you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much for having us.
All right, take care. Episode 1 of season 4 of Nightmare on Sedgwick Avenue podcast. I want to thank Mal Bicho Collective, Joni and Michaela, for joining me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here at 7 Octoberz. I also have the podcast on audio, and it's going to be on all platforms streaming as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great weekend whenever you're watching this. Peace.